Welcome to What You Need to Grow, the podcast where entrepreneurs discover the inspiration and perspective shifts that fuel both personal and business growth. Each week, certified professional coach Jennie Bellinger brings you powerful conversations with thought leaders, subject matter experts, and innovative company leaders who share their stories of growth and the tools that made it possible. From fresh insights that expand your vision to resources you can explore on your own journey, every episode is designed to help you grow your knowledge, grow your vision, and grow your business. Now, here's your host, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome to What You Need to Grow. I am your host, Jennie Bellinger, and I am so excited to bring to you somebody here who has opened my eyes on visibility and getting seen. And so I was like, well, if you want to grow, one of the ways you grow is you've got to be ready and willing to be seen and be visible. So let me share with you a little bit about Katie Sevenants. So Katie is a strategic visibility coach and founder of the Visible AF Collective, where she helps experienced women entrepreneurs turn video into authority, client conversations, and income. With over 20 years of experience in business, leadership, and personal branding, Katie specializes in helping women 50 plus confidently become the face of their brand without feeling awkward, salesy, or too much. Her approach goes beyond basic confidence tips. She teaches strategic visibility, messaging refinement, and on-camera presence that actually converts. Katie believes visibility isn't about posting more content. It's about positioning your authority so the right clients recognize your value and say yes. Through workshops, group coaching, and private intensives, she helps capable women stop hiding behind perfectionism and start showing up as leaders in their industry. When she's not coaching, you'll find her hiking the Colorado mountains or encouraging women to step fully into their next level of confidence. Welcome to the show, Katie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, because just hearing it again makes me feel excited about what I do. I definitely have a passion about this.
Oh my gosh. To me, that's something I have said to many, many people. Like that when I show up to online networking events, for example, they'll offer an opportunity for people who are in the audience of the Zoom or whatever to come up and introduce themselves. And I'm like always one of the first. And I'm like, y'all are here to get business. You got to tell people who you are, what you do. You got to be visible. And they're just not doing it. And I don't understand it. So what ended up bringing you into the world of visibility and helping people get to that point where they can actually raise their digital hand and show up and be visible?
You know, it's funny because I didn't start with that. I've spent 20 years in the beauty industry helping women be seen, be comfortable, feel confident and beautiful. But one of the things that I really started to recognize is the minute the camera went on, once Zoom became a bigger deal too, you would see these amazing women with so much wisdom and experience and like these great businesses and a message that needs to be shared. But when it came time to raise their hand or show up, and if a camera had anything to do with it, they were like invisible. There was no way. They just weren't getting out there. And so that's really what started for me, really helping them recognize that it's not about you. You've got a great message. You've got a great business. And if you're not out there talking about it, being the face of your business, no one even knows who you are. So you're missing opportunities in those Zoom rooms. Like you said, like I'm in a coaching program myself right now and showing up on the webinar. And so many people have absolutely no clue about what that Zoom square box should look like, how they look, how they're presenting themselves. Right there in that moment, they have no clue that the person sitting right next to them in that Zoom box could be their next client, could be their next, collaboration. It's like you don't know who's in there with you. So it's time to show up right.
Yeah. So when you're working with somebody who is in that thing where they're realizing, okay, I need to be seen in order to be found, right? What what's the first thing that you start with to help people do this, or what is something that they should be aware that, someone in who's listening right now should be aware of to become more visible?
I think one of the biggest mistakes is that most people feel like I need better lighting, I need better equipment, I need to look a certain way. But in reality, the first step is clarity. Clarity on who you are, who you want to represent, who you're talking to, and how to bring that out, how to the clarity in the strategy, the messaging, what's going to work to grab their attention right away so that you can turn that into authority and turn that into the income that you're out there to get. It really isn't about you at all. It's about the message you're getting out there. So when you can get really clear on what that is and who you're talking to, everything starts to fall into place. And that's when that confidence comes out too, because you know what your goal is and you know it no longer has to do with you. I definitely know that lighting and angles and your background is important, but it's not everything. So learning how to be authentic and true to yourself is going to be key in how you show up. If you're a yoga instructor, you're going to look a certain way. If you're a coach, you want to look a certain way. If you're a speaker, depending on your business, you got to think about how you show up. But the most important part is that clarity so that people aren't just scrolling by and not paying any attention to you.
Right. So it's not just about, because you also mentioned, like in the introduction that I did for you, that it's not just about these virtual networking events, for example, right? The Zoom rooms, but also it's how people are showing up in social media. So what
Mhm.
are some of the visibility mistakes you see people making on social media specifically?
Oh my God. I love this question because so many women are like, oh, I hate social media, right? I mean, we all loved it once upon a time. And then, like,
Mhm.
oh, love-hate relationship. Like,
Yeah.
but it's a free billboard for you, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. If you have a business, they're not charging you to show up. So if you are in a Zoom room, for example, or you are at a networking meeting, what's the first thing someone does if they're like, oh, I kind of like what she said? They're going to snoop on you. They're going to look your name up. In a Zoom room right now, I can look at your name. I was in a room with 400 people, and that's what we were doing. And you pull up someone's name on the side while they're talking to see if you relate with them. Number one is to use your social media as your billboard. What do you want to portray? The easiest thing is your photo. That is something that people don't think about. Make sure, especially if your name is Jane Doe,
Yeah.
because there's more than one of you, that it's your face, not your dog's face, not your family's face, not your favorite vacation, but that it's a good close-up of you. It doesn't have to be a professional photo. But it does need to be a good photo of you, of your face, not your whole body, because I have old eyes. I can't see that little teeny circle.
Hmm.
So, having that be the first thing because people are going to look for you on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, wherever it is. They're going to search you out.
Yep.
So, have a consistent photo across everything. Um, and then where are you taking them? Because if I'm searching your name on Facebook and I'm like, oh, I like what she said. I want to learn more. And then I just see your favorite vacation or, those things are important because I need to know what you like to do.
Right.
But where are you taking me? Do you have a link there that takes me to your business? Or is it to a freebie offer? Is it to, depending on your business, you got to think about that whole thing because sometimes I call it stalkers, but we're all curious, right? If I like you, I want to see who you are. So making sure that you have the same photo across everything so that easily someone can find you and recognize you, especially if you have a name that's really common.
Yeah. Well, it's surprisingly, I'm not the only Jennie Bellinger. And I'm not even the only Jennie Bellinger with an IE, but I am the only one with purple hair.
There you go, right? If I saw the purple hair, I would go, "Oh yeah, that's her."
That's her, right?
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Um,
yeah, how do you want to be known across everything, right? We have to think that through, get clarity on how you want to be known.
mhm.
Is it super casual? Is it purple hair? Is it, what are the visual cues that people know? Oh, that's her.
Yeah,
And make sure it's consistent. Even when you walk in a room, are they going to go, "Oh yeah, I watch you all the time. I see your videos," because you have that same presence in person as you do online. So making sure all that is congruent and um, consistent.
no, that makes so much sense because it's the number of times I've gone to somebody's social media account, right? And, they've had a picture of a flower or, there's nothing on their account, like especially if it's their personal one, that shows that they're in business at all. Like there's
Mhm.
nothing that talks about what they do, who they are. Yes, I want to know who you are, and but then they don't even have enough of it public so that I can see anything other than anytime they change their profile picture or their cover picture. That's it.
Right, right. And I think it's great to do that. You don't have to have just because it's your personal profile doesn't mean it shouldn't talk about your business or what you can do for someone, right?
Right.
It's an invitation, a free invitation for someone to connect further with you. So being clear on what your purpose is, where are you when you first meet someone or they're first stalking you, if you have a business, where do you want them to go? Where do you want them to enter your funnel?
Right, exactly. And that's something that, when that idea was first introduced to me about your personal account can become a professional account, right? You can be a
Mm,
professional creator on Facebook, for example, or on Instagram or both. I immediately went and switched them over and started, for me personally, almost every one of my posts is public. The only ones that I don't make public are ones about my kids. Those are for friends only. And in some cases, not even for, it's only for certain friends, like only my mom can see it and blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like I try and
right,
keep some of those things very, very private, but it's the fastest way to share with my family or something so that they can all
right.
see that kind of stuff. Right. But having that professional profile, really quickly, and I don't know if this is a feature of Facebook or something, it like grew my following. I don't know if it was all of a sudden like, oh, she's creating content, she's putting stuff out there, she's doing a lot of videos and she's doing posts and pictures but all of a sudden it was like, oh, Jennie Bellinger has a bunch of followers because it's like one day I looked, it was like 3,000 followers and like I swear like the next day it wasn't the next day. I did not go viral or anything, but it felt very fast to me, faster than I thought. All of a sudden I was hitting my 5,000 friend limit.
Mm,
And I was like,
yeah,
oh, but then I realized, oh, but people could follow me and not be my friend.
right.
Okay,
And
that's
that's
cool.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
But like even being able to sort your friend list into groups, so many people don't realize that they can do that. Or, talking about a free billboard, that cover photo that you have on there, not just the profile picture, but that cover photo. Yes, it can be my favorite hiking trip, or it can also talk a little bit to get some curiosity of what I want people to know about me. Um, and when you're in different groups that you're connecting with, you can change that cover photo and that bio for each specific group you're in without changing your overall profile. So that's just another way of being visible in a certain group in a certain way, being clear about, okay, this group, I want to talk about this message, or this group needs to hear me talk about this message. When you can get clear on that, that's when you're going to start showing up more visible and really connecting with the right people.
Gotcha. So, like, how many different, so we've already talked about like being visible in networking events, being visible on social media. Where else should people be thinking about being visible?
The first thing with visibility that seems to be the biggest hang up for the women I work with is, like I said, they know their business,
Hmm.
but when it comes to being the face of their business,
Hmm.
all the knowledge goes out the window. It's like, I can't do it. I can't get on camera. Video, what I love about video so much, and this is coming from someone who, when videos first became a thing, right? I mean, I had built my business before video was invented, before social media was invented. That's how that sounds so old. And that's the truth.
It is.
And
Yeah.
it's really scary to say that out loud. But um, I struggled with all the I'm too old, I'm too like, oh, that technology is no, oh, it's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But really, it's not. When you can get so confident, and I had to switch things around from being thinking that was going to hold me back to realizing, holy cow, I have so much wisdom and experience. And that experience, I just had to shift my mindset a little bit to I have experience to share. And showing up on video is the fastest way to build the trust, right? Especially in the world of AI, there's so much of everybody's words sound the same, everyone's blogs sound the same, all the posts sound the same. And now I get tricked in videos all the time. I'm like, okay, they really aren't out there scrubbing whale stomachs, are they? So, these videos get me all the time. And the most important thing we can do as a business owner ready to grow your business is to be the face of your business, which means getting on camera. Videos get shared 1,200% more than text and images combined. So if you can start showing up in video as the face of your brand, you're going to connect faster. You're going to shorten that time it takes for somebody to trust you.
Hmm.
And we know people do not buy from logos. They do not buy from, all these graphics of your products that you sell. They buy from you. So the sooner you can connect, make a connection with the right person, that's when you're going to start seeing those sales come in and really grow through that relationship we're creating.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking for perfection either. It's all the connection that we can create, and video is the fastest way of doing that. So that's my number one tip is getting on camera.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go there, especially since you talked, you already brought up the AI thing, right? How much is being created out there, but there's not as many people yet, and certainly now that Sora is going away. So those of you who are listening way in the future are like, "What's that?" Or "Wow, I forgot that Sora existed." Well, we just got the notification that Sora is going away, right? So with that, how can people differentiate themselves from AI through video? How is it now possible to maybe make it more evident that this is a real video of a real human being, not an artificially created avatar of Jennie or Katie or whomever?
When you think about the clarity that I mentioned earlier on who I am, what message I want to bring out, who can I help today? Like it's about the message we're bringing out and being so secure in who you are. Don't worry about perfect everything, right? It's being authentic to you, to your message, to your mission. Who are you? What effect do you want? What do you want people to feel when they watch your videos? And then trusting that you know best. You know in your heart that you have something that needs to get out there to the right people. And I use AI all the time. Her name is Rosie because she's always cheery. Sometimes I have to tell her to get a little strict with me, but
Yeah.
I use AI all the time. But when I'm doing my video, it has to come from your heart. It has to be something that, I mean, you can get help on, okay, what's a good hook? What's a good message here? What's a good call to action? But really what it comes down to is you being on camera, showing your face. There, you can throw in B-roll videos, you can throw in other things, but when there are so many types of videos you can do now that connect with your ideal client, when you know how to call them out, when you know the strategy behind what to say first and what to say next and how to end it. You know, um, there are videos that I have watched, and people will start with, "Hi, I'm Katie, and I help women entrepreneurs gain more visibility with the right clients." Okay, nobody cares. On video, you have less than 3 seconds to connect with your audience, right?
Hmm.
In person, you have 7 seconds. On video, it's less than three. So don't start with who you are. Don't start with what we're going to talk about today. And especially if you're doing a live video, don't start with, hey, let's wait a few minutes until everybody comes on. Because people can catch the replay.
Yeah.
You're going to reach a lot more people on the replay, and they sure don't want to sit there for 2 minutes waiting for you to wait for more people to start. So, um, yeah.
I I wish y'all could see my face, and I'm telling you, when I put the recording of this through my Opus to grab the clip, I'm gonna make sure we find the video of me making the face when you said, "Let's wait a few minutes for a few people to join us," as if the one person who's there isn't worth talking to. Like that's why I
Right.
made that face, because it that when I was in network marketing and I would and I did the party plan version of network marketing where I would go to somebody's house and she'd have friends over and whatever. I eventually learned to start coaching my hostess to not talk about how who wasn't there, but to make a
Right.
big freaking deal of the ladies who were there. Like, don't
Yeah.
talk about your cousin who didn't show up and be like, I'm so sad that there aren't more people. No, the ladies who are there, I am so happy they're there. I don't care if there's two,
Right.
right?
And if you're on video, you can pretend they're
Yeah.
there, right? And the key with being on video is talking to one person anyway. So don't say, "Hey everybody, I'm so glad you're here." It's I'm talking to one person. Before I go live, I'm like, who is the one person I'm going to change their life today? And I think about the person that needs to hear my message. And I'm like, I might be off camera going, "Jenny, she really needs to hear this." And then I'm talking to you, right?
Ooh.
So, yeah.
That's so good. Like I just had a moment with that, and I think there's some people who when they listen to this, they're having their moment like, "Oh, I like that." That is such a great nugget to take away from this is before you go live, like pick who you're talking to, you know. Um I who was I talking to recently? I was talking to one of my podcast clients and was letting them know like, hey, I have this avatar that when I'm creating content for network marketers, her name is Brittany, right? She's married. She's got a couple kids in college, a kid in high school. She's been doing network marketing for a while. She's a leader. She's got like 75 to 100 active people, which means she's got a team of like 500. She loves to go shopping at the good thrift stores where you get the high end stuff still with the tags attached to it. So it's still brand new Gucci or White House black market or whatever. But every once in a while, she'll go shop at the real store. But she loves the thrill of getting the name brand thing for $5. Like she loves it. Like
Well, who doesn't? But yeah.
right, right. But that's who I'm talking to when I'm talking to someone on
Yeah,
Badass
very
Direct Sales
specific.
Mastery.
Mhm.
Is that woman, right? Is that it is Brittany. And so in my head, she's called Brittany because that's who she is, right? But I get very specific about that. So I love that you say that before you go live, like, who are you talking to? Like, conjure that up. That is so smart.
Mm.
Like, I hadn't half the time when I go live, I'm going live because I just got a wild hair up my butt and had to share a story with somebody.
Okay, those happen too, but
Right. Right. But when you're being more intentional, I guess is the
right.
word I'm looking for. When you're being more intentional with when you're going live or posting a video up there or a reel, um, Ooh, that's a good question, I think. So thinking about Facebook and Instagram with the live versus reels, like visibility wise, like what are your thoughts on those?
Doing both. Both are super important. The
Okay.
reels, so I like to teach my clients that there's a percentage of types of videos that you
Okay.
want to incorporate, and really all your content. If you're talking social media, you want to have, if you're a business owner and you're talking about social media, you want to have a blend between your personality posts that show, for me, my hiking or kayaking and getting outdoors, and that's how I reset my mind, right? My family is a part of what I talk about as well. The things that are make me different from someone else doing something similar, right? That's the personality part. You've also got your um, purposeful type of content that is, I want to share my top 3 tips or the biggest mistake I see women make when it comes to getting on video, or, something like that, where I'm sharing information that can serve someone. And then you have promotional type information videos that would be, hey, I have a workshop starting next month. I'd love to get you in there, or come join my Facebook group and, be part of our community. So you want to have a blend of the type of content you're putting out there, because each one is going to connect differently, and it's creating that trust. We want to create
Mm.
that relationship with somebody. So reels are a good part. I mean, if you like to dance, go for it. If you like to do lip syncing, or I mean, find some things that show your personality, but it's really important to have a blend, because different things are going to appeal to the different personality styles out there. And like you said, you have your avatar created very solid. I might have an avatar for a workshop that's different from my avatar for my coaching client versus, they're similar, but like I know for this particular video, I want to reach this person who's struggling with this right now. And
Yeah.
then the next one might be something else. So having a blend of that content is really key. I'm on all the social media channels, and one example for you, TikTok was something I was like, that is not my audience. I am, 60, I'll be 63 on Sunday. I'm like, my people are not on TikTok. I'm not doing it. But I was doing a challenge with some of my coaching clients in July. And I said, all right, I'm having them stand up and show up on these platforms that they are not comfortable with. I'm like, I'm just going to see what I can do over here. I had a goal to hit 1,000 people. In 2 months, I hit 15,000 people because I was super clear about who I wanted to reach, women over 50,
Hmm.
and what I was talking about. And it was amazing. When once things started clicking, I was like, oh my gosh, we're here. So even though people think they don't like social media, and that's not my business, I'm a coach. I don't do social media. I don't spend time there. Like I said at the beginning, it is free. It is a billboard that you're missing out on if you're not taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
People are there, right? We know people are out there. So when
Right.
you get clear on who you want to talk to, that's when you're going to start connecting. And that's why that clarity piece is so important.
Oh, I love that. And to I don't understand people who have businesses who aren't on social media. It doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, literally, I think Meta is up to like 4 billion users now.
I know.
Literally half of the world's population is on Meta in some way, shape, or form. 4 billion users. That I mean,
Just a few.
for free. Literally
Yeah,
access to half of the freaking world's population for free. Like
right.
and so the visibility piece is so important to growth because you can't grow if people don't know you exist. It's just
Right,
not an
right. And
option.
You can say, well, maybe you get a lot of referrals. That's awesome. But sometimes there might be the perfect client who just needs to hear the right thing or see you to go, oh, I like her take on it.
Yeah.
What makes you unique? How else are you going to get that out there? You can write blogs, you can show up at in-person networking events, and you can reach this many people. But to know you have access to this many people, you know,
Right.
billions, yeah, big
Yeah,
difference. Big difference.
exactly. And for people who are in a business that is not location
Specific.
specific,
Yeah,
right? Having that piece to get seen, get found is super important, right? Because, when I have the conversation with some of my clients, like, how many clients do you really need? No, you don't need 4 billion. Most of us can't serve 4 billion people, right? But thinking about, like, to make a really good living, working the amount that you want to work, how many do you really need to reach? Well, you've got 15,000 followers on TikTok alone. Out of them, how many of them could be great clients for you,
right,
right? And so now it's just a matter of saying, okay, how many of those can I get into this email list? How many of them can I get to, do X, Y, or Z? So now they hop out of following me on TikTok and take the next action and do the next thing, right? You just need a
right.
portion of them.
Right. Social media is your rented land that you're not paying for. So it's not even rented land, but we know they could change their mind in a minute. So yes, the goal is to bring them from that wherever they are into my world through an opt-in or, whatever that call to action is. But that's a lot of people out there that I cannot network enough in person to get to. So why not take advantage of it and help bring more authority to what you do that's going to connect with the right people. We don't have to talk to everyone. My background in direct sales
Mhm.
in the beauty industry is in the beauty industry, even the top leaders, top corporate says anyone with lips is your audience, right? You can talk to anyone who has lips and sell them a good lip color. Anyone who has skin, you can sell skincare. Technically, okay, maybe, but that's not who I want to work with. So having that clear avatar of who it is that I want to work with, what is that niche that I want to work with, and being so clear on the words I use. What are they thinking? What are they struggling with? What do they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with that I know I can help? And that's how we're going to stand out. That's how we're going to grab the right people, right? Yes, I
Yeah.
could help everyone with lips, but I choose to help professional women who know they want to show up better. They don't have time to, I mean, just getting clear on who it is you want to work with is going to help you stand out too.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Because it was interesting. So I also was in network marketing, did my jewelry business thing. And what I found was my niche that I stumbled upon were busy professional women who were also Harley riders.
So fun and so clear. And I'm going to go, oh my God, I know 5 people you need to talk to, right? Because
Exactly.
maybe I'm not your client, but I know people who are because you're so clear in who you want to work with. That's
Yeah.
what we have to have that kind of clarity.
Yeah. And it, again, it was one of the things that just happened. All of a sudden, I noticed, like, I just kept having parties where I'd show up and there was like 3 or 4 Harleys in
I
the
love it.
driveway, if it was that time of year, And I was like, huh, that's a
That's fun.
really interesting, like, so I started checking with my other jewelry ladies and in my downline and other ladies who were in other organizations but in the same company. I was like, "Do you guys have a lot of Harley riders showing up at your shows?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Apparently Jenny is the
I
Harley
love it.
jewelry lady."
I love it.
You know?
Right? But then everyone knows, oh, yeah, that's who you got to talk to.
Right.
she works with. Yeah, I love that
Exactly.
clarity.
It was just it and it really did help grow my business to have something, because I know there's a lot of people when I have the conversation about niching down with people and getting that clarity, there's a lot of fear
Mm.
I get from people who are scared, like, but if I niche down, then I'm going to miss out on all of these other things. How do you have that conversation with your client? I mean, do you find the same thing that that
Oh,
some of the people you're working with
everyone's
are
afraid.
scared?
Yes, they're afraid, but I can help that person too, and I can help that person. But when you get so clear, it'll grow from there,
Yeah.
right? Once you can get clear on who your favorite person is to work with, like where do you, if it's that Harley person, awesome. This is where I'm going. They're going to tell their friend, they're going to tell their friend. It's going to go from there, but we have to start with this niche, this specific area that you want to focus on, because otherwise you're all over the place and you're going to wear yourself out, burn yourself out, especially if you're creating content.
Hmm.
It's so much, but if you can get really clear and work from there out, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So that is something that we have to spend time on and make sure that once you get that clarity, is it consistent across all of your social media, your website, your like how you show up, being that clear that you're going to attract that person so that you can grow. But if you're all over the place on who you want to help, it's not going to land with anyone. I'm at networking meetings all the time, and I hear people say, "Oh, I help everyone. I can help everyone. A home buyer. I can help anyone who's looking for to buy a home." But when you meet a realtor that says, "I work with first-time home buyers. I work with people who are looking for a secondary income. I work with," that makes you think of someone you know. So we have to have that kind of clarity.
Absolutely. And especially if you're looking to build your visibility through referrals, like people sending you more people,
Mm.
they've got to know who to send to you. And it's got to be
Right.
that clarity. And, even before I pivoted my business to be working with podcasters, there were a lot of people, because I had my podcast, people in my network would send me people being like, "Hey, you have a podcast. Can you help my friend? They want to launch."
Mm.
Like they heard podcast, thought Jennie Bellinger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you become that person who's known for helping women over 50 become visible
Yes.
so that they can
Exactly.
get found in their business, right? You're the go-to person for that. Like when someone goes, "Oh, you're a woman over 50 in entrepreneurship. Are you having trouble getting seen, getting found, getting clients?"
And yes, I can still help someone who's 47. Someone asked me that the other day. She goes, "Can I still be in your community? Because I'm like only in my 40s." I'm like, "Yes, you can." But right, because you're making those connections. And I
Yeah.
think that's really key.
Yeah, it's anything to keep the conversation going, right? Because if some people are
Sure.
like, "Well, if you can help her do that, can you help me do that?" Right?
Right. Right.
When I was a network marketing coach, I'd say, "Hey, I help women whip their business into shape." And I'd be like, of course, the next question was, "Well, can you help a man whip his business into shape?" Sure can. It's just
Right.
network
Right.
marketing is 76% women. So statistically, I'm more likely to work with the woman, but yeah, I've helped men.
Right.
It's
Right.
like it just gets the conversation going. Oh my God. Katie, you and I could talk forever. I
I
feel
feel
like,
that too,
oh
for
my
sure.
gosh.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
so much more here. We have only skimmed the surface, but for the what you need to grow podcast community, you have a really neat guide to help people who are starting to get into realizing, especially after this conversation, all right, I need to get visible, I need to get on camera. You have a guide to help people with that. Tell us about the on camera glow up guide.
I love this because, like I said, most people think they need the best lighting and angles, and those things are important. This is your in a minute. Like you could read through this and instantly change how you show up on camera.
Mhm.
It's going to give you some tips, some of my top tips that I wish I had known when I first started showing up on video. because I was overwhelmed with all the tech and with all the, like, I don't know what to do. So this guide is just an easy way to ease yourself into it. You guys, it used to be someday you can learn how to get on camera, and it's not anymore. It like this is the year. If you don't show up on camera, you're going to be forgotten. You're not going to show up in all the searches. There's no choice anymore. It's not an option. If you want to grow your business, you've got to show up as the face of your brand. This guide is just some of my top tips, like I said, to show up with confidence and make a big change. Things you can do right now before you shoot your next video.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. And so, what you need to
Yes.
grow community, I'm going to let you know. I mean, many of you have been listening long enough to know. Here's what you're going to do in order to grab that guide. You can go into the show notes. If you're in an app right now, you can go into the show notes, and the link for this is directly below Katie's picture. So you're going to see how to get that guide. Or you can go to whatyouneedtogrow.com and click on the gift vault, because the link will be in the gift vault where we have all of our guests' gifts in one place.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
That's really nice.
I try to make it super simple to be like, you know what? I'll just go to whatyouneedtogrow.com, click on the gift vault, and then they can get in there and just search for the guest's name, and the link is right there. It's super easy peasy, and they can go listen to the episode if they want to, but the gifts are all there for everybody in one easy place to grab. So Katie, this has been phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing your brilliance on this. At the very end of the conversation, I had the aha moment of, oh crap, this is me. Like, the reason you and I were having this conversation is because Jennie has been avoiding being on camera more. Like, I do my show, but I haven't been on camera near as much as I can be, and I'm going to should be for the growth that I plan for my business this year. So thank you for being here and giving me the kind kick in the butt that I needed to do.
Well, I'm excited to see your next video. I'll be looking for it.
Oh my gosh. Now I just made myself accountable.
That's right, you did. I encourage everyone to get out there and make a video today that talks to one person with the message you want to share.
All right. I have my homework. I'm going to go do that now. Well, not right now, because I do have to do the podcast post stuff, but I will have it done today because
I love it.
I'm a good girl and I follow the rules.
Thank you for having me. I have enjoyed this. It's been so nice chatting with you.
Oh, thank you again, Katie, for being here. And of course, What You Need to Grow podcast community. If you want to connect with Katie, make sure you grab the gift in the gift vault. We will also have a couple of links to her favorite social media locations in the show notes. Or you can go to whatyouneedtogrow.com and find her episode and have the links there if you want to make sure you're finding the right Katie Sevenants. But of course, her picture is on her profile because she is smart and follows her own advice. And of course, What You Need to Grow group. I am so glad you were here today. If you heard this message, it was meant for you. And stay tuned, because you never know what you need to grow.
Thank you for listening to What You Need to Grow. Be sure to follow the show on your favorite podcast platform or subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss a single episode. Want updates straight to your inbox? Sign up at whatyouneedtogrow.com and you'll get notified each time a new episode goes live. Here's to your growth. This has been What You Need to Grow with Jennie Bellinger.